Greetings from the beautiful lands of the Anishinaabe people. Our project is focused on Treaty 1 and Treaty 3 territories, with our main partners located near where we are today in Grassy Narrows and Shoal Lake 40 First Nations. We're also actively involved in advocacy for the implementation of the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, environmental justice for Grassy Narrows, infrastructure development for Shoal Lake 40, prisoner justice, as well as other public actions in solidarity with Indigenous peoples in the area. We also dedicate time to educational engagement with churches and classrooms about settler colonialism in Canada.
Each year, we adapt our strategic directions to current struggles, partners' needs and requests, our collective skills and networks. This year, the team discerned we would support Dakota Elder Sandy Seha's request to publicly assert the rights of incarcerated Indigenous women to traditional spiritual practices and ceremonies. In addition, the team made changes in the strategy to allow for more involvement in the acts of resistance against the environmental exploitation affecting Indigenous communities' livelihood and sacred land and waters, such as Kinder Morgan and Enbridge Line 3 pipelines.
This year, our team has organized 2 delegations to Treaty 1 and Treaty 3 areas to educate settlers about the struggles of Indigenous peoples in Canada. We also conducted several Kairos blanket exercises for government departments, churches, schools, and newcomers with well over 300 participants, along with workshops on undoing oppression and public presentations for churches reaching 155 participants. Additionally, our team has been updating its supporters through quarterly e-newsletters. We also lead several online and mailing campaigns and public actions targeting the Canadian government to adopt and implement the Declaration and pass Bill C-262. Our advocacy work also included accompanying a vigil held by Grassy Narrows members at the source of mercury poisoning in Dryden, Ontario, attending solidarity actions for murdered and missing Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited peoples, and young fallen Indigenous men, standing in solidarity with Indigenous peoples asserting their rights against destruction of their land and waters, such as the opposition to Trans Mountain Pipeline and the Spirit of Buffalo Camp against Line 3 pipeline.
The team has attended several trainings to continue educating themselves in organizing skills and Indigenous history, including Returning to Spirit, Indigenous Canada course, Outrage to Action course, Organizing for Social Change, learning Ojibwe courses, attending Blue Quills Cultural Camp, and attending Wild Rice Harvest in Grassy Narrows. Additionally, the team has been having conversations on different themes of undoing oppression, mostly about everyday forms of racism witnessed in the city. The team has weekly lunches and reflection time and monthly dinners, and attend some social events as a team. On an individual basis, each team member has their own self-care plan. As a team, we're concerned for the state of the project, considering that Chuck Wright and Kathy Moorhead-Thiessen are departing in January and February 2019, respectively. We need more active recruitment of prospective members on all levels of CPT to ensure continuity of our work.
On a related note, we are concerned about the barrier our current monthly stipend of $1,000 poses to recruitment of new full-time members, as it is a financial challenge with cost of living in Winnipeg. And it is also inconsistent with a stipend cap for other CPTers living in a comparable North American context, as well as teams in which their budget covers basic living. We are exploring options with program director and relevant administrative staff. However, we do think there is need to reevaluate the pay scale within CPT, which is broader than us.
And finally, we ask for your prayerful support as we discern and enter a time of transition.